Is Tulum overrated, and what's so special about it? Coming up.
If you're just chasing the Instagram photo, it's not going to be what you want it to be.
And if you're new here, welcome. I'm Christine with Where in the World is CL, and I make travel videos every week to help you get up, get out, and go travel. So if you like to travel, consider subscribing. Tulum is one of the most interesting places I've traveled to, and trust me, I've been around. But I found it really difficult to find the truth behind Tulum, and so I'm super excited to bring in a friend who has a ton of perspective about Tulum, and we're going to cover for you a lot of the things that you might be curious about if you're traveling here. Check it out. Introduce yourself. Who are you?
Well, first of all, no senior citizens were harmed in the making of this.
Yet.
I am Stacey from Hot Flashes and Boarding Passes, and I recently moved to Tulum. I've actually been here 5 times before. I love Tulum.
What's the thing that you love the most about Tulum?
It's not just your average beach vacation.
Ooh,
You have the beach, you have the cenotes, you have the lagunas, you have the pueblo, you have town, you have culture, you have day trips. There's so much to do if you're an adventurer like this young lady.
I will say the cenotes have been one of my favorite adventures. Right, I'll admit, this is one of the coolest places I've ever been to.
The first time I came to Tulum, I came because I saw it on the ground. I saw the dreamy photos, I wanted to get them, I wanted to stay in a treehouse, I wanted the full Tulum jungle experience. After 2 days in the jungle in my treehouse and being covered in head to toe mosquito bites, I decided it was time to move to town.
That a lot of people ask me is Tulum overrated? Because the photos on Instagram are phenomenal. What would you say about that?
There is phenomenal photo places everywhere. Everything is Instagrammable. It's not like, a lot of people come here and say it's not what I expected. But if you just stared at dreamy pictures of anyone or anything on the gram, they're not going to be what you expected either.
It really is a beautiful place. Those are the pictures that get blown up on Instagram, no surprise.
It's an adventure getting to them, and if you keep that in mind and have a positive mindset, know the roads aren't perfect, yes, traffic's shit, yes, you will get eaten by mosquitoes, you might have a near-death experience on a bicycle, but just remember it's the getting the photos part of the fun. It's not just about getting the photo.
What are the top things that you cannot stand about Tulum?
Well, right now Tulum, because I feel like it's been so good to me and given me this opportunity. You know, like you're the only one that can talk bad about your sister. Like that's how I feel like about Tulum. It's like, don't talk bad about my family. Do your research before you travel. Do your research. If you're here for or in Tulum for amazing Wi-Fi, pristine streets, and just don't. Like, do your research. Know what you're getting into. So right now, I think the thing I hate about Tulum is people that are coming and then they're like, oh, this isn't what I expected. But you wouldn't go to LA and find yourself a cute little Airbnb in Compton and be like, this isn't my Hollywood dream. Do your research before you come.
That's a really great way of putting it, because Tulum wasn't what I expected either, yet at the same time, I still spent a lot of time there. I think in total,
you kicked ass.
I was there
for a lot.
I was there for over 2 weeks. Yeah, I did a lot as well, and I shared my adventures on my YouTube channel as well, but it really,
I want to do all her adventures.
Oh, such
Oxman?
a good cenote. Cenote
Yes.
Oxman, so much fun.
I did that swing. Just not as sexy as you, but I did the swing.
To say the rope swing is epic doesn't even come close to explaining it. Oh, let's talk about food. So one thing I didn't expect about Tulum is how good the food is. You can eat phenomenal food in Tulum. What would be your favorite restaurant for someone who's visiting, and then what would be somewhere that someone should eat that's kind of off the beaten path?
So if you're visiting, the beach road, the food. No, in town too. No, in town you have your street carts, your local little places, your little hole in the walls. But if you want that Tulum Instagram vibe meal, farm to table or kitchen table. And one thing about the beach is, because it's off the grid, a lot of the hotels run on generators and candlelight and all that. So you get that jungle vibe, and the food is fresh. They don't have, at kitchen table, there's no refrigerators, there's no ovens. Everything's cooked over an open fire, and it's fresh and delicious.
Yeah.
And even a trip to the washroom's like a 20-minute trek through the jungle. I'm not lying, it really is.
And bring your insect repellent when you go to the bathroom.
But no, all like just douse. Like, don't be shower fresh, full of human deodorant. You're gonna be someone's dinner. Just don't. And then in town, there's so many amazing local cheap places to eat that just bring me joy.
It's true. I think one of the places that I love that was a little bit less local but a newer restaurant is Brasso, and we had a really great dinner.
I went back there.
Oh, you did?
And it was just as good.
It's awesome. I think I ate there a total of 5 times. I was really hungover that next day, by the way. I'm curious about this question. If you could redo what you're doing now, would you do Tulum again?
Yes. I'm really, really lucky where I stay. I love my neighborhood. It's a very local neighborhood. She was like 2 blocks away from me.
Oh,
and maybe
I was in the neighborhood. Which, by the way, look at this dog. See that? Yeah, man, wasabi.
Maybe she didn't have the same vibe, but every day I wake up and the locals are saying hi to me. There's a place where I can get freshly ground tortillas, and then I run and some guy picks out the best avocado and fruit for me for my breakfast, and it costs me nothing. And there's so many adventures I can go on, and I'm surrounded by people that are doing good things. So I think it's what you make it. Like if you search out what you want from Tulum, you'll find it. If you're just chasing the Instagram photo, it's not going to be what you want it to be. Get the photos. Get all the photos. I get the photos. I work for a photographer. She got some badass photos. But you gotta also have an ulterior,
That's true.
Purpose
True
with
about
Tulum.
Tulum and true about life. Cheers to that. Thank you. If someone wants to find more info about you, where's the best place for them to find
Hot flashes and boarding passes.
On Instagram, right?
Yes, and I also have a website, hotflashesandboardingpasses.com, with my blogs.
Find her info in the description below, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao.
I have a really bad habit of thinking it's my mirror, and I make the weirdest faces the entire time.
I wonder how many people follow me who don't know what Wayne's World is. who read
Well, I thank you. That should be mandatory.